అసలు ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? ఎంతమంది మెంటర్స్ ని అడుగుతుంది. Yeah. Good evening. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Question. Data science, data analytics mentor. Students అవరెవరు ఎంత బి స్టూడెంట్స్ నా స్టూడెంట్స్ మెంటర్స్. Yeah. Okay. Done. So let's start the session, guys. Now, in today's class, we'll move on to the further. Uh, Now, in the last class, we are discussing about the machine learning introduction, right? Now, let us continue from there. So here in the machine learning, as we have seen different types of, we are having the techniques like supervised, unsupervised, okay? And types of ML projects, we call it as regression, classification. Now, so whenever you are having the data, the output is available. If the data is having, if the output column is available in the given data set, then what type of data it is called as labeled data set. Any ML technique, any ML technique applied, any ML technique applied on labeled data. What are the labeled data we are going to apply on labeled data? We call it as supervised machine learning technique. Supervised machine learning technique. Okay. Any ML technique applied. What is ML technique means? Nothing but regression and classification. These are the two types of projects which comes under supervised ML techniques. Any ML technique applied on the unlabeled data set. Those type of techniques are called as unsupervised machine learning techniques. Now, here to move on to the further, as I've told you earlier, our batch, we are going to have the ML in the weekends on every Saturday. I told you in the starting. Now, coming to the point, now here we are going to discuss few things. In that, one of them is basically I have to start with you the working with the text data, that is AI related to deep learning. ML should be done on the weekends, that is on Saturday. But we have to start basically deep learning. But in the deep learning means basically it is neural networks. Neural networks. So here, total three types of neural networks are available. Data analytics. Done. Okay. Now, coming to this deep learning, which is of neural networks. In the neural networks, total we are having three types of neural networks. First one is called as artificial neural networks. Please don't write this one as of now. Why? I will tell you. Okay, please don't write. Second one is called as, okay, the second type of neural network is called as convolution neural networks. Okay, second type of neural network is called as convolution neural network. And the third type of neural network is called as recurrent neural networks. Third one is called as recurrent. So total we are having the three different types of neural networks, recurrent neural networks, and which is called as RNN, CNN, and ANN. Shortcuts are that. Now, so here, what are the ANN we are having? This is ANN, this is CNN, and this is RNN. Total three different techniques. I mean, three different types of neural networks. Okay, guys, just give me 2 minutes of time. Sorry, there is an emergency call. Just 2 minutes. I'll be back. Sorry, guys, due to some emergency call. Done. Online students, could you please confirm? Once again, could you please confirm, please? Done. Thank you. Okay. Now, so in the deep learning, we are having the different types of neural networks. Now, coming to the first one, artificial neural networks, which is used for regression and classification. So in ML, how we are having the regression and classification, within the DL also we can do the same. One type of technique is ML, one type of technique is DL. Which one is best? There is no which is best. We have to try both of them. That ML we have to try, ANN we have to try, and finally which gives the maximum accuracy, that is going to be the best. So here, whatever we are having, okay, so it is a regression and classification. Both we are going to do in the same in the artificial neural networks. Whereas in the convolution neural networks, we are going to work with the images. So image classification, here we are going to work with the image classification. Whereas this one, we are going to work with the sequential ordered data. So here we are having the different types of techniques. Now for doing this artificial neural networks, one should have the idea on regression and classification. What is meant by regression? What is meant by classification? Then only I can explain for you the ANN. Then only I can explain for you the CNN. And from the CNN, I can explain for you the RNN. Without explaining this one directly, I can't explain this. Without explaining these two, I can't explain the RNN. So 100% I have to go in the sequential order, means first I have to explain for the ANN. There is no doubt in that. Now to explain the ANN, what I required? Regression and classification. So I have to explain for you first what is regression, what is classification, for what purpose we will do, and finally for what what is the output we are going to generate from that. That is the main intention. So here, now first regression, already I told you in the previous class, what is meant by regression means, and that is the reason I have stressed more amount of time on the label data regression and classification. Okay, now here already I told you what is meant by regression means, where you are having the output variable which is continuous. Classification means output variable which is discrete. Now, what is the ultimate goal of ANN and ANN or ML? What is the first point number one? Let's start with the label data. Label data means we have to estimate the output which is available in the given data. Now here we are going to apply whether ML or in the deep learning, what is the technique? ANN, only ANN. Other than ANN, nothing is applicable. In the entire AI, in the complete AI itself, within the complete AI itself, only ANN is applicable for the structured data. Structured data only two. These are the two. So here, what is the ultimate goal? So when we apply either ML technique or AI technique. What is AI technique? Means ANN. When we apply either of ML or AI, what is the purpose? For what purpose we do all these things? First, we should know that. That is the first point. Why we should know means, for what purpose we are learning this course. At the end, what you are going to do with this course. If you know that one, how you have to prepare, you'll understand. Okay, only for certificate purpose means that is one way of learning. I have to work in the company means that is one way of learning. Just to understand some concepts, just to get the idea of what is AI in the real world. I'm just a BTech second year student or third year student. Just I want to know the awareness of that one means one way of learning. One person will learn in the one way. So the person who wants to have a good career in the AI, I want, sir, my next 10 years. I don't want to see back. I want to be in the AI only, and that too in the generative AI or agentic AI. And what are the new techniques are going to get evolved in the future by different like Meta, Google, or some new techniques will be evolved day by day. They are doing the R&D, and daily one tool is coming out, literally. And in the market, we are having the multiple technologies. AI is booming in next level. How in the earlier we are having the Java and it has shaked the entire software industry for 2 decades. In the same way, AI is going to evolve. It is in the starting phase, complete in the like starting to some extent it has entered. Now, sir, I want to be in this phase for next to 20 years. I want to be in this area only. I should not never look back like this, miss. Then what type of learning should be there? It is not like time pass learning or just I'm learning for others' sake. Since sir has given one task, miss, for what purpose we are doing the task, miss? Since he has given, we are doing the task. It should not be the learning like that. So every time what purpose we are doing, we should know. So here, what is the purpose of ML or AI, ANN introduction is why they have created means we have to estimate the future data with maximum accuracy. This is the purpose. Designing of ML, designing of ANN. What is the purpose? Estimate the future data output. Estimate the future data output with maximum accuracy. That is the important. Sir, maximum accuracy only I have written. Here no time limit or within the 5 minutes only it has to estimate or 10 minutes it has to estimate or in one day it has to estimate nothing. Estimate with the maximum accuracy is more important. Whether you do in the half day or 1 day or 10 days, that is not important. Estimate the future data output. What are the input was given to us? We have to estimate the output with maximum accuracy. This is only important. Whether you create the ML model, whether you create the AI model using the ANN. What is the ultimate goal, miss? This one. Now, what is meant by accuracy? Here, this point only important that if you understand that one, ANN is easy. We can start the ANN. Now, for regression projects, two projects are there. What are the two projects? One is regression project, one is classification project. Now, everyone please write from here. Whether you have not written ANN, CNN also not a problem, but everyone please make a note of this. From here, what are I'm writing? Everyone please make a note very clearly. And I'm going to give the regression and classification purpose today. And directly we are going to jump from the tomorrow with ANN. Right? And as I've told you earlier, in the weekdays, we'll complete the DL. That directly will start with the DL along with the ML will be done. And I'll share you the entire structure, what we are going to discuss in the future also. I will discuss today very clearly so that you can plan. Now, actually, we have entered to the real projects. From today, countdown starts. In this month, we are going to complete at least 4 to 5 projects. In the next month, we are going to cover 10 projects. Okay. In the next 15 days, we are going to cover 5 to 6 projects we are going to cover. End-to-end projects, real-time projects end-to-end. So make sure that you are attending each and every class and writing each and every step in the notes. Right? Now, coming to this. Okay. So we'll apply the either ML or AI. What is the purpose? Estimate. This point is more important. Please highlight this one. Give the star mark or whatever it is in the notes. Highlight. Highlight this point. Within the ML, supervised ML, not all the ML techniques. Within the supervised ML means label data. Label data only will have the output variable. At the same time, ANN. For supervised ML techniques and ANN models. For supervised ML models and ANN models. For ANN models. Models means algorithms. In simple words, what is meant by model means algorithm. Algorithm, technique, model. Three of them same name. Okay. Supervised ML technique and ANN models. We have to estimate the future output with maximum accuracy. Write this point very clearly. Okay. So unsupervised, forget. We'll not discuss unsupervised as of now. Only supervised. Let's focus on the supervised. Later, automatically, you'll understand the unsupervised where it comes. Don't unnecessarily confuse yourself. Don't unnecessarily ask the questions which are not discussed. It leads unnecessarily confusion. Okay, more clarity should be there, means what we are learning, how much we are strong, please check that. Okay, now we have to estimate the future with maximum accuracy. Now regression project. What is regression project? Output is continuous. Output is continuous, which is something numerical data. Output is continuous, which is nothing but numeric. Already I told you what is meant by regression means output is continuous. Classification project is what is output is discrete. Only difference between these two is discrete. Discrete categorical. It is discrete categorical is the output, which is nothing but text data. Done. Now, in the regression project or in the classification project, now what we have to estimate for the future data? The output. What we have to estimate for the future data means number we have to estimate. Estimate the future. For the future data, estimate for the future data. What would be the value? Estimate for the future data. What would be the numerical value? What would be the numerical value we have to estimate? Numerical value we have to estimate, like car price, house price, right? Salary of a person based on the skills, based on the experience and what are the skills they are having. From that, what is the salary? Salary is a numeric number. Whether the person will get the job or not, yes or no is called as classification. What salary he will get is called as regression. Because salary is a number. Yes or no is a text. Okay. So estimate for the future data based on the input parameters. What we have to estimate? What would be the numerical value we have to estimate? And I have told you the examples. What is the examples I have told you? Like house price. House price is a number. Car price is a number. Salary is a number. Sales is a number. Today we are having the good amount of sales or good sales will be there or bad sales will be there, miss? It is a number. Huh? No, good to bad, word only. Na? So that is not comes under number. Sales, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, sales, number. Good sales or bad sales are not question, number. What would be the temperature? Today, tell me guys, tomorrow it would be sunny or rainy? Means classification project or regression project? This is a classification project. If I ask temperature number, what would be the tomorrow's temperature? Means 23, 24, 25, 29, 42, something. What are the number? That is regression project. That is the difference, right? Now, where you are going to predict, estimate the future data, estimate the output. Estimate the output. Sorry, I have not written the estimate the output for the future data. Estimate the output for the future data, which is numerical value, which is text value. That is categorical. Text means categorical, like good, bad, nice, not, yes or no, yes by no, good or bad. Tomorrow's temperature is going to be rainy, sunny, rainy or sunny, or cloudy, or something. We are having the different options now. Okay. So what are the within the text word we are going to estimate. Now the point is, as I've told you, we have to estimate the output, which is numerical. Nice. Now what are the numerical we have to estimate here? The accuracy. What are the accuracy? We call it as in regression projects. The accuracy we call it as error. So we require the high error or low error means we have to estimate. We have to estimate the number. What are the numerical value we have to estimate? We have to estimate the output, which gives lowest error. Which gives low error. That is our requirement. Okay. Classification, evaluation is different. Evaluation. I'm using again the new word called as evaluation. Okay. Now tell me guys, I'm going to conduct the test for you. One test. Now in this test, I'm going to have the first type of test is called as MCQs. either where you are going to write A, B, C, D letters, something like this. Second type of test is filling the blanks. Two different types of test. That is different. This is different. In this, what outputs you are going to give? What is the output you are going to write here? If I conduct MCQ test, what is the output you are going to give? For the given question, either A, either B, or C, or D, something like this. Whereas if I give the questions for filling the blanks, are you going to give A, B, C, D letters only? No, words you are going to give. Some word you are going to fill there. You are going to write that one. Now here, for example, I have given the SRK is a data, or SRK is a gen underscore, the blank trainer. What is that meaning is gen AI trainer. Here you have to write the AI, something like this. Now here, instead of AI, you have written A, whether it will be considered as correct answer or wrong answer means wrong answer only. It is considered as wrong answer. Now when it will be considered as wrong answer means here for the filling the blanks, you have to write the complete word. Shortcuts or something you cannot write. So similarly, whatever the type of evaluation we are having, for numerical data, one type of evaluation will be there. For text data, one type of evaluation will be there. Now we are going to understand for the numerical data evaluation. That is nothing but output variable which is continuous, that is regression projects. So heading is evaluation for regression projects. What is the evaluation for regression projects? How we are going to evaluate the regression projects? So here we are going to evaluate the regression projects based on the error. How we are going to estimate error? Now for that example, just I'm going to take one small example here. Okay. Now, so here I'm going to take one small example like one Excel sheet, a small Excel sheet I'm just trying to load. Or let me take the data which is already available, like something which I have shown you earlier. Let me try the same data set. Done. Now here, let me take the small data set like this. Instead of these many records, I'm taking a small data set of this much. Same logic will be applied even 10,000 records are there. Same logic is there even if it is 10 lakh records are there. Logic will remain same. Only the time of evaluation will increase. So to calculate the what is the average value of this one, how much time it will take miss? Maybe 1 minute or half minute, less than that. Now, whereas for 10,000 records, slightly. For 1 lakh records, slightly more. For 20 lakh records, still more. The time will increase, but logic will remain same only. Average only. Average will not change for anyone. Now, so here we are having the data like this. This here first, what is the business problem? Business problem is we have to estimate the energy based on the input. What is the input? Temperature, pressure, and humidity. What are the values we are having? Based on this, we have to estimate the energy. Now here, what are the energy we have to estimate? This is only output variable. This is output. Other than this, remaining all of them are considered as input variables. So four are input variables, one is output variable. Now I want to create one algorithm in such a way. Okay. Now I want to create an algorithm in such a way where it will estimate the value. It will estimate the value. Now, for example, I'm estimating the value like this. Not for the future data. For existing data only I'm estimating. Not for future data, guys. For the existing only I'm estimating. One value I'm trying to estimate. Now, whatever I'm trying to estimate here, okay, this original values, these are called as actual output. This is called as actual output. Actual output is given by What are the actual output is there? Actual output was given by Y. So the actual output is Y. Now what is the estimated value is there? That is Y hat. Y hat. So here we are going to write the Y and Y hat. Now here I'm going to estimate some values. Sir, who is estimating? SRK estimation. Clearly I'm saying SRK. SRK estimating. I'm estimating randomly. My choice. Later at the same thing I'll show you how model will do. Here I'm estimating my numbers. This is my numbers. Here I'm writing the, for example, instead of this much of decimal values, let me make the round figure, something like this. 488, whatever. And this is 446 and this is 473. Okay. Now I'm estimating here, this value I have estimated as 465. This value I'm estimating as 440. This value as 500. This value as 443. This value as 490 or 480. Done. I have estimated in this way. These are the values which I have estimated. Now, how this estimation will be done, I will explain for you later. First, assume that I have estimated. Now I'm having the actual values with me. I'm also having estimated values, or which is called as predicted values. Estimated values, predicted values. Now, in this, how many of them are correct? How many of them are wrong? That is, if I observe, every number is wrong only. For numerical data, we are not going to evaluate in that way. For numerical data, evaluation is different. For text data, that logic we have to apply. How many of them are correct? How many of them are wrong is for text data. For numerical data, we have to estimate in a different way called as error. For every value, some errors will be there. For this one, everything will be some error. We have to estimate the error. We should not calculate the how many exactly corrected predicted means. This is exactly predicted means no, wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Then already 5 of them are wrong only. Everything is wrong only. Here we are going to calculate the error. Now, for example, I calculated the error. So what is the error miss? Error is nothing but, write this one formula. Error is equal to Y minus Y hat. What is error formula? Y minus Y hat. What is Y? Actual output. What is Y hat? Whatever was estimated, that output. Here who estimated? SRK. So SRK estimated values. For SRK, what is the error? Someone is going to estimate something. For him, what is the error? Someone is going to estimate something. What is the error? Like that. Now, I will show you with a small example, guys, so that you may get more clarity on this. Okay. Let's take an example from the stock market. As everyone knows, Infosys company. Okay. Most of you know. Now, the Infosys company value is 607 rupees is there today. What would be the tomorrow's price? Everyone, can you tell me? From your perspective, what would be the tomorrow's price? You may tell more, it may fall also. Anything. Just tell me what would be the tomorrow's price from you, according to your perspective. Tomorrow in the class, I'll open the same site, same number I will show you. You have to tell me. Okay. Estimate. Some numbers estimate, guys, according to you. One person is saying 1609. Tomorrow by this time. Same how I am going to show at the same time. By that time, here the number would be 1609. One saying, who? Nagarjuna. One person is saying 1564. One person is saying 1620. Like this, one person is going to say one value, right? Now, in this one person is one model. One person is one model. Whatever they are having from their perspective, they are saying. Some person is going to say it is going to increase. Some person is going to say it is going to decrease. How he is saying that it is going to decrease means he may have some idea about the stock market or something, and tomorrow IT company may fall or something he is estimating according to his brain. What are the news he is having with him? Based on that, he is estimating. Now, in this class, every person is estimating now. One person has estimated 1609. One person has estimated 1564. Online students, whoever has estimated, just I'm writing here in the sequential order. One person has told 1600. Okay, I'm just writing. Just to give me 1 minute. 1610, 1500, like this. Like this, we are having the numbers. And Leela is not estimating the number. He is saying as a sentence, which is not considered as an output. As I asked number only. Estimate the number. If you feel that it is going to collapse, means zero, you say. Number only. I want number, not the sentence, not the word or anything. This model, I require the number only. That is my requirement. That is my requirement. As per my requirement, you have to estimate only number. So now these many people has given the numbers like this, na? Different students has given. Assume tomorrow it is 1650. Assume 1650. Now who has done correctly? Who has done correctly means 1609, 1610, 1600. None of the person has done. But who has done more closely to this means 1620 person has done the more closely. Similar with less error. What is the difference between these two means 30 only. When compared to this one, 41 is the error. When compared to this one, so much of error. When compared to this 30, 50, 40, something. So out of all this is the least, and we call it as this one as the best model. Same logic will be applied even in the ML. We will try with the different algorithms. And in that algorithm, which algorithm has given you the less error, that algorithm we are going to finalize. Point is clear? Now, so just here, we require the least error. Who is predicting with the least error? Now, if I'm asking only for Infosys share price, okay. For example, everyone please make a note of this. Everyone, open your rough book, not rough book, fair book only. In the fair book, right in front of me like this. Infosys, create one table, a table. Everyone create a table. Here you write the company name, and here is today's price, 15/12/2025. What is the price? Heading is company name. This is company name, guys. Right here, Infosys, 1607. Everyone please write. After writing this one, second company, I'm just typing the TCS. Okay, company name is TCS. As many of you know already these two company names properly. Okay, 3230. This is the second company name. Third company, I'm typing here Wipro, which is 262. Wipro. 262. Right? Total 3 numbers I have written. Now, everyone, please estimate what will be the tomorrow's price from your point of view. Just write, everyone. 3 numbers you write. From your perspective, please write 3 numbers. Estimation only now. You can write whatever you feel. For me, no problem. If you write 1 lakh also not a problem. 10 crores if you write also not a problem. If you write 0 also not a problem. Done? Sir, I don't know about the stock market. Nothing you know, sir. Blindly write some numbers. Okay. So please write some 3 numbers of your choice. If you know something about the stock market or something, miss, from your perspective, write. If I think that I know something, miss, write from that. No, miss, write what are the 3 numbers. Done. Writing was completed. Now, this is estimated by you. Now, actual values. We'll see the actual values. Because you also don't know, I also don't know tomorrow. But I'm writing the actual value, assuming this is the numbers. Now, here I will write the number as tomorrow's number is 1600. This I'm going to write as 3400. This I'm going to write as 260. I have written something like this. Assume. Now, you have written 3 numbers now. This is real numbers. Tomorrow it is going to be, assume this is the three numbers tomorrow. Real numbers are these. Now, which student has predicted more accurately means for one of the person, sir, for example, I have estimated like this, guys. This is my estimation today. 1610 I have written. And this is 3200. And this is 270. Something I have written like this. But tomorrow is these three numbers are there. Sir, I have estimated Infosys correctly only, but TCS I have estimated somewhat more differently. And whereas in the Wipro also, difference is less only. Comparatively, the difference is less. But in the TCS, I have estimated 3,200, but 3,400, difference is 200. Now here, for two of them, I have estimated correctly only, sir. Properly I have estimated. For one of them, I have not estimated correctly. We are not going to check in this way. Out of how many of them are close, how many of not close, we are not going to observe like this. Overall calculation we are going to do. It is not one company. I asked three companies to estimate. Why I asked given the three companies means when I have given you the one company estimation, what is the error? For example, this one, only Infosys is there. I have estimated value is 1610, actual value is 1600. Now what is the error miss? Only 10. But when you are having the three companies, first company error is 10, second company error is 200, third company error is again 10. Now what is the overall error? That we have to calculate. Not for single record. Overall error we have to calculate. So to calculate that overall error only, whenever we have the multiple records with us, what we have to calculate always? Overall error, not the single. Overall. When you're explaining the class to the students, you have to check overall students has understood or not single student who is sitting in the first bench. Have you understand, miss? Slightly shaking the head. Okay, next topic. What is this? That is not a right model. A good model will have the overall. Bad models will focus only on the set and records. They are called as biased models. Bias will be there. Okay. Now, for example, here I'm having the data like this. Now here, what is the error? 463 minus 465. What is the error? Minus 2. 444 plus minus 440 plus 4. 488, this one, minus 12. Okay, this one, plus the 3. And this one is minus 7. Something like this. Some of them are positives are there. Some of them are negatives are there. If I do the total, what happens? For example, minus 2, minus 4. Minus 2, plus 2. Or tell me what is the total value of this one is? The total value is minus 14. But reality is, it is more error. For example, let's let's take an example. Here I have predicted with the minus 500, error of minus 500. Means here I have told you the 963. Number is only 963. 963 means automatically error is minus 500. This number plus 500. Okay, plus 500. This one is 1000. Error is 1000. This is minus 1000. Minus 1000. This is 0. Now what is the overall error? 0, na? Means I have not estimated without error. I have estimated perfectly. Yeah? For example, this I have estimated with minus 600. This I have estimated with minus 400. Now what is the overall error, miss? 0. Now tell me, summing all the negative values and positive values is a correct option or wrong option? It's a wrong option. Why we should not do the sum directly like that, miss? The reason behind that is plus and minus will be nullified. So what is the solution for this one, miss? They came with the solution called as square error. Let us convert everything to square. So what are the error you are receiving? What are the error you have got? Instead of going with the positives and negatives, because positives and negatives, when you do the sum, finally it will give the sometimes less value. The error will be very small. I have predicted with minus 120 one record, with plus 100 one record, or plus 130. I have predicted one record. What is the net error, miss? Only 10. But my error is 10. No, no. Even if I predict with minus 1000 plus 1010 also, here also my error is going to be only 10 na. If I do in this way also, it is going to be this number and this number. There is a lot of differences there na. If I do with minus 20 and plus 10 or plus 30, then also it is plus 10 only na. For two records, now this model is best model or this one is best or this one is best. Which one is going to be best? Here total error, if you see, everything are having the 10 only, but individual records wise, clearly it is visible for us, right? This number is worst model because very big error is there. Comparatively, this is better. When compared to this is the better one. Record to record, if when you see. But overall error, when you see, all are same almost. So for that reason only, here what we have to do is error square. So what is the reason of doing the square error miss? Because some of the negatives are there, some of them are positives are there. So for that, we have to do the square error. Now it is clear why we have to do the square error. Now here we are having the 4. This is 16. This is 144. Automatically minus square is 144. This is 9. Now this is 49. Now you calculate the overall error. How you are going to calculate the overall error miss? Sum. Sum is 222 and I'm not going to calculate the sum. I'll calculate the average. Average of all these numbers. What is the average value? That is the overall error will be calculated. Now here first point. Error. Error is a good one or bad one miss? For every individual record. Every record have a error. So whether are we going to consider the error metric or not miss? No. What is the problem with this? Problem. Write the heading called as problem. What is the problem with the error, guys? First, everyone please create one table. In that table, first one is you write the metric. Heading is metric. Second one is formula. What is the formula for that? And what is the problem in that? Formula for error. What is the formula for error miss? Y minus y hat. Guys, I cannot write with the normal in the notepad like this. So please make a note y minus y hat. That is the formula. What is the problem is every record will have the one error. Now to solve this problem, since every record is having and multiple records are there, what you have to consider? Average error, which we call it as mean error. What is the mean error? Mean error is nothing but what are the error you are having? Just you are going to calculate the average of this. Calculate the average. That is sum of the errors divided by average. Point is clear? What are the y minus y hat is there? Sum. That is first you have to do the sum. Sum is total divided by total number of records, which we call it as mean. Now tell me guys, what is the problem with the mean error? Is there any problem is there or not? Yes or no? What is the problem? The negatives and positive numbers. By combining negatives and positives, the overall error will be less because the sum will be less. By combining positives, by combining positive and negative errors, the sum will be less. What are the sum is there? The sum will be less. Sum is less means automatically the mean also will be less. The sum will be less. Sum or mean, both will be less comparatively. Right? So it is a good model or bad model, miss? No. Next. To solve this problem, they came with the solution. What is the solution is negatives are there, na? So negatives has to be converted to positives. Two options are there. What are the two options means? First one is called as absolute error. Second one is called as square error. Like this, they came with the solution. Two options are there. As one of the student has asked the same question, why we have to do the square when we are having the absolute. Now I am going to explain that. Square error, absolute error. Now, what is the formula for absolute error? Means mod of y minus y hat. What is the formula for square error? Means y minus y hat whole square. Either you have to apply mod or you have to apply the square out of two. What is the problem? Again, what is the problem with the absolute? What is the problem with the square? Both of them waste only. Why? What is the problem is for absolute error, the problem is again every record will have. One record will have one absolute error. One record will have one absolute error. Square error problem is again every record will have one square error. So the same problem. One record have one absolute error. So literally every record will have the one error. Same problem here also. As I've told you, when you are having the one record, one problem, then what you have to do? Always mean. Remember. So when we are having the multiple values with us, always we have to calculate the mean. So in this class, students will be there. Multiple students' marks will be available with me. I'm going to consider, for example, Naresh has asked me. Naresh sir is head of the organization. He asked me the question, how the batch is performing. Sir, one student has got 72 marks, sir. One student has got 74, sir. One student has got 92, sir. Should I say like this or overall batch? Overall batch. Overall batch means what I have to calculate? Average. Don't focus on the single record. Always focus on the average. Single will never have the use. Then they came with the solution. Okay. Solution is what? Mean absolute error, mean square error. Two options are there. Both of them, mean absolute error, mean square error. Then the problem will be solved. What problem? Every record having one error problem will be solved. How it will be solved is by calculating the mean. That problem will be solved. Now, so here we'll take with a small example. Everyone, please make a note of this. Here, not required input. I required only the output. So this is actual. Right, everyone? Actual numbers. These are the actual numbers. These are the predicted numbers. Write in the notes as an example. These numbers you make a note. Which is y. This is y hat. Now, what I have told you, first metric. What is the first metric name? Error. What is the formula for error? Y minus y hat. So first let me calculate the error. Error y minus y hat. Here y is there. This is y hat value. That is y minus y hat. This is the value. Like that one recorder. No, all the records. So I have to calculate for the each and every record. Done. After that, what is the second error? Second metric I told you? Mean error. Mean error means for this particular column, calculating the mean. Now I'm going to calculate the mean for this particular column. The mean is nothing but what is the mean value for me? Minus 2.8. What is this one is called as? Mean error. Now what is the mean error value? Minus 2.8. It is a good value or good metric or not good metric means it is the not a good one. The problem I told you, negatives and positives. Solution. What is the solution? Absolute. Now you are going to have the absolute. Absolute error. What is meant by absolute error? Converting every negative value to positive. So just I'm converting the every negative value. What are the negative values there? I'm converting to positive value. Like that for every record. Each and every record was converted. Now I'm again calculating the mean absolute error. What is mean absolute error? Means average of this column. Now what is the average of this column? Average of this column is which is 5.6, which is called as mean absolute error. What is the formula for mean absolute error? Mean absolute error. Write the full form clearly. First, what is the formula for error? Y minus y hat. What is the formula for absolute? Mod. What is the formula for mean? Sigma by n. Simple. While calculating also, first you have to calculate error. From that, you have to calculate absolute. For the absolute values, you have to calculate the mean. Same logic has to be done. First y minus y hat, for that absolute, for that mean. This is the formula. Now, similarly, square. What is the formula for mean square error? Everyone, now tell me what is the formula for mean square error? For error, what is the formula? Y minus y hat. What is square? Whole square. What is mean? Sigma by n. Simple. While calculating also, first which one you have to calculate out of all? First error. Yes, already I calculated. What is the second one you have to calculate? Square error. So I'm going to calculate the square error. Square error means nothing but this value square. Okay, this value square. Like that I'm going to do for the every record square. And finally I'm going to calculate the average for this. And the average of this one is called as 44.4 value, which is mean square error. This is mean error. This is mean error value. This is mean absolute error value. Mean absolute error. And this is called as mean square error. Total 3 different values. Mean error, absolute error, mean square error. 3 of them. And formulas are clear, right? Mean error formula, mean square error formula, and mean absolute error formula. Everyone is clear? Now tell me, out of these 3, which is best miss? First, mean error. Mean error is worst. Why it is worst? Negatives and positives are included. Now balance only 2 are left. What is our 2? Mean absolute and mean square errors. Out of these 2, mean square error is the best one instead of mean absolute error. Okay. Now, what is the problem with that? We are going to observe. Okay. Right. Now, so here, error. Yes. Why we should say absolute error? So now what are the values we are estimating? Santosh. Santosh. I'm correct only. Why you are saying error, sir? We should say. I didn't get absolute error. Absolute error is nothing but what are the absolute error is there? Okay. Here we should not consider the errors as I've told you, negatives and positives. We have to consider out of these 2, 1. Now, which one has to be considered? Mean absolute error, mean square error. Out of these 2, any one. Which one miss? We have to consider the mean square error. The reason behind that is, what is the formula here? Sigma by n. Here also sigma by n. Common. In both of them, mean is common. Here, y minus y hat modulus is there. Here, y minus y hat square is there. Only difference is this. Y minus y hat is same. And here also y minus y hat is same. Sigma by n is same. Sigma by n is same. One side mod is there. One side square is there. Now, when you are going to do the, when you are going to try the least error, least, when you are trying the least, here absolutes are having some kind of problem. What is that problem? We call it as differentiation problem. What type of problem? Differentiation. That is dy by dx. Suddenly from where this calculus has came, sir? So here point is very simple. For any equation, one equation is there, miss, to calculate the minimum value for that equation, we have to do the dy by dx and substitute x is equal to 0. Point is clear? Any equation you take in the world, what are the equation? One mathematical equation is available, miss. For the given equation, what is the least possible value? If you have to get the least possible value for that given equation, miss, we have to calculate the dy by dx and we have to substitute x is equal to 0. When we are having the some equation which consists of absolute, and when we are doing the dy by dx, it is going to give the x by mod x. And when you are trying to get the at x is equal to 0, it is giving the infinite, the value as infinite. The same when you are trying with the y is equal to x square, dy by dx will give the 2x. Okay, 2x. And at x is equal to 0, it is going to give the finite value. That is 2 into 0, which is 0. Some finite value, not infinite value. So here we are having the differentiation problem. Here there is no differentiation problem. That is the reason we have to consider the square errors instead of going with the absolute errors. That is the reason. In the interview, this is one of the most important question. Most of the people after completing the course, okay, who knows ML or something, they will say that I have calculated the mean square error or RMSE or something. Why you have calculated, miss? Answer will be no. The reason they don't know, but they'll calculate. They know the Python code. What is the Python code for calculating the error, miss? They'll write. What is the purpose of calculating that one, miss? Sir has told I am doing. Right? So here, with respect to mean square errors, what are the mean square errors and mean absolute errors we are having now? Just we are going to calculate them. And here we should not never calculate the mean absolute errors. Now tell me, what is the problem with the mean absolute error, miss? What is the problem? Differentiation problem. That is the problem with this. Now in the interview, they ask you, and if you say the differentiation problem, again they'll ask the next question immediately. Why we have to do the differentiation? Because the reason behind the doing the differentiation is I want the least number. Least means minimum. When I require the minimum value, I have to do the differentiation. For maximum value, not required. But when we require the minimum value, as per the max, we have to do the minimum calculation, differentiation calculation. Is the point is clear? So I want the error to be minimum. Error minimum is automatically differentiation has to be applied. Otherwise, not required. Next, sir, okay, sir, fine. Now, are you having the same problem with the mean square error, miss? Yes, mean square error also having the problem. What is the problem, miss? Values are squared. Along with that, units are also squared. For example, assume here I asked the person what is the salary. Salary means one person actual salary is 10,000. One person salary is 15,000. Let's take two numbers. This is actual. You estimated one is 10,500. One is 14,200. Something like this you have estimated. Now what is the difference, miss? 500. What is the difference, miss? 800. Square, miss? Automatically you are going to the square. Now while doing the square, this is 500 rupees. The difference between the two of them is what? 500 rupees. Now 500 rupees when you do the whole square, what happens? 500 number will be squared. At the same time, rupees also will be squared. So rupee square. Now when you calculate the average of that, you are going to tell me the units also in terms of rupee square. But what I required? Rupees, not rupee square. The error also we have to estimate in the rupee square only. Not in the, I want in the rupees, plus or minus rupees only I required, not in the square. So for this, what is the solution they came with? Root mean square error. This is a final conclusion. This is the best metric. Here they have stopped. Here all the problems are completed. Single record problem was completed by taking the average. Okay, differentiation problem was solved, that is square. And units are squared, that problem also solved by a root. So every problem, three problems are there, three problem solution is here. One problem, one solution. So what is the best metric, miss? Root mean square error. What is the formula for this? That is y minus y hat. This is called as error. Square. Square means whole square. Mean sigma by n root. That is a formula, which is nothing but square root of your MSC value. What are the MSC value you are going to get? That's square. Square root you have to apply. Square root of your MSC is called as a root mean square error. Now, what is my ultimate goal in the regression problem is, in the regression project, I have to estimate the output of the future data with least error. I have to estimate the output which gives the least error. Which error? RMSC. I have to estimate with the low least RMSC. I want to create the model which can predict with least RMSC. Now it is clear. So whenever we do the regression project, what is our ultimate goal? RMSC should be minimum, not individual record. Earlier you have written for the Infosys company, TCS and that one. What I required is RMSC value. I will not consider only Infosys share price, what error you have estimated, or TCS, what error you have estimated, for Wipro, what error you have estimated. I will never focus on the individual record. Overall, which one I will calculate? RMSC. I will calculate the RMSC. So, exactly, but overall, na, for example, even in this class, students' marks will be there. Overall performance class average will be single value only, na. Error should be least, na. Error, na. The word error is there, right? Error only, it is least. So the full form of RMS is root mean square error. So here for this example, what is the root mean square error number? What is the calculation we are going to do? Miss square root of, that is for this one, just we are going to apply the square root. That is square root of this number, which is 6.63 is the error. Point is clear, everyone? RMSC is calculated. Sir, for example, model 2, these numbers who has given? I have given. Instead of these numbers, you tell me another numbers. For example, one student has told 500. One student has told 200, 1000, 900, 1400. Something they have given like this. Now, what is the error they have got? 6558. This is student, not student, one more model. This model is better or before model is better, miss? Which model has given the least? That is the best. For example, one more model is there, which has predicted 463. This one 444. Okay, 444. This is second model, guys. Sorry, third model. 488, 446, and 473. Perfectly it has predicted. Complete zero. Not even one error is there. Okay, sir, only 474, sir. Only for one record, slightly only this number also will come, na? So what is the minimum RMSC? Least to least is possible is what? 0 is the least. Than least that you cannot go. Minus is never possible because everything will be squared, na? So minus is not possible. Though you predict with the very small 473.444, if you predict also, some decimal will be there. Okay, sir, if I predict this one 474, sir. Okay, if I predict this one with 445, sir, one is one number low, one is one number high. Mean error will be 0, but RMSC, mean error will be 0 because minus 1 plus 1 if you combine 0. But RMSC is not 0 now. Point is clear, everyone? So like this. So this estimation, who is going to do these estimated values with more accurate values? That person is, that model is best. So finally, I'm going to identify the model which gives the least RMSE. I have to clear the algorithm also in such a way. Now, earlier I asked it for you to predict the three values for the three companies, right? Now, if I tell you about the stock market and how this one, that one, everything I have explained, and after explaining, now I'll ask you, can you tell me what would be the tomorrow's prices? Miss, you have written now, assume, after my explanation about the stock market and everything was completed, then you have written something. Okay, what you are estimating according to you. Now, which model is best model, miss? Which person has got the least error? That person model only is best model. Sir, tomorrow's price, we also don't know, no, sir. That is the reason first we'll apply on the past data. Na. Trial and error will be, everything will be done on the past data. For example, if I ask what would be the next Infosys 10 days, what would be the price? If I ask next 10 days Infosys share price, could you tell me, miss? You will tell some number. Whether that number is correct or wrong, miss, first I should know about you na. First I have to ask you to estimate this number, which is past. Sir, how you can know, sir? Very simple. For example, what is the today's date? December 15th. But I will share you the data only from January to December 1st or November 30. I will share up to here only. I will not tell you the remaining 15 values. I will not tell you. Sir, no, you will not tell, but we know, no, sir. How you know? I will say simply, this is the last 8 months, miss, till yesterday's you will assume. Who knows? Okay. I have given only last 10 months data I have provided to you. 10 months, miss, you will think that till today. But according to me, it is till November 30. I will provide you the 10 months data. And I'll ask, predict the 15 days. Next 15 days, what will be the share price? Now you will predict. Now, what are the you are predicting? Already the data is there with me now. December 1st to December 15th already completed now. So I'm already having the data. I can cross check or not. Now in that cross checking, which student has predicted more? I can understand now. So always the cross checking will be done only with the past data, not for the future data, because future value you also don't know, I also don't know. So evaluation will be always done with the what data they have shared with us. Evaluation will not be done for the future data, which we can't see. Exact answer. Point is clear? Now this logic we have applied for the numerical data. Now coming to the same way for classification project, here yes, here no, here yes, here no, here yes. Something I am having. I have predicted as no, 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 or yes, no, yes. I have predicted like this. Now, can we calculate the same values, miss? No, this is not the right way. Now, in this, for the classification projects, we have to check how many of them are correctly predicted. Correctly predicted or wrongly predicted? Exactly, it is actual, but predicted value is no, which is wrong, which we call it as incorrect prediction. Incorrect. This is correct or incorrect? Correct. Now, what about this one? Correct or incorrect? Correct. This is correct. This is correct. Now, total, how many records are there? 5. Within the 5, how many of them are correctly predicted? 4 out of 5. What is the accuracy? We call it as 80% is the accuracy. Like this, we are going to calculate for the classification projects. This logic is different. That logic is different. We cannot combine both of them. Here, how many of them are correctly predicted divided by total number of records is called as accuracy. In the classification, this is easy comparatively. Their evaluation metrics are different. Everyone understood whatever we have discussed. So now for classification, we are not having these many metrics. Actually, we are having more number of metrics, but simply as of now, I will write the evaluation metrics for the classification projects. Next, take the heading called as evaluation metrics for classification projects. What are the evaluation metrics, miss? First one is called as accuracy. What is meant by accuracy? Accuracy is equal to number of correctly predicted records. How many correctly predicted records divided by total number of records is called as accuracy. Similarly, we are also having the second one called as misclassification rate. Number of incorrectly predicted records divided by total number of records. Accuracy, that second one is called as misclassification rate. Number of correctly predicted records divided by total number of records is called as accuracy miss. Number of incorrectly predicted divided by total number of records is called as misclassification. Both of them, if you combine, you will get the 100%. Yes. Vidyasagar, a minimum positive number starts with the zero. Because irrespective of sign, what is the least number? Irrespective of sign. If you consider sign means minus infinity to plus infinity. So irrespective of sign, what is the least number means zero. That is the reason we have to consider that. Least. Irrespective of sign. Sign is only direction. Na? For example, for you, you are standing in one position. Left side 3 kilometers is there. Right side 4 kilometers is there. Which one is lowest number? 3 or 4? 3 number or 4 number? But this side 3 is called as minus 3. That side 3 is called as plus 4. Plus 4 or minus 3. Both are signs only, na? Right? Done. Okay, guys. From here, we'll continue in the tomorrow's class. Okay. We'll slightly move into the deep learning. Once we discuss the evaluation metrics here properly, slightly we'll enter into the deep learning in the tomorrow's class. Done? If no questions, you can leave.